And it's rolling. Man,
Yo,
this
they don't want
it's
us to
finally.
win.
They don't want us to win, man. Listen, guys, we appreciate you sticking with us. Last 3 weeks, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I know they changed their interface. They see our beautiful faces and they're throwing some heat. You know, we've had static, we've had um, delays. They kicked us off. I don't. The show just ended. Courtney was he was a rant about telling us how the WWE is screwing Cody Rhodes in the Bullet Club, and they just cut the mic. I think it might have been the WWE. Now we have had some issues with the WWE. We have gotten a cease and desist order back in the day, Courtney. We got one for I think it was our Sid Vicious interview. Um, they hit a YouTube copyright infringement cease and desist, and I wrote the WWE and then also YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, my bad. Okay, that's your original copy. You're not using any of your stuff." So this could have been, since you were talking some madness against the WWE, they could be behind our audio and video troubles as of late. I think so.
Hey man, like I said, they don't want us to win, man. Somebody is kind of is got it out for us. But I don't know what it is. But anyway, we back.
We back. And the next week's show may be on Facebook Live for this very reason. So if you're tuning in, I don't have any YouTube. I don't have a. Let me try and put my headset back on, Courtney. I don't
Okay.
have any windows open. There they go. They continue to try and sabotage us.
Holy smokes, you sound so much better.
Okay, all right. It wasn't working before. Now it's working. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But let's jump back into let's recover and let's get back into. We were talking about Ring of Honor. I'm going to switch it up. We were talking about why the WWE would want to stop the revival when that would be good for the revival. But speaking of switching things up, speaking of Ring of Honor, I know you had to have seen this clip at least on YouTube, Facebook. They literally have a Ring of Honor. What is your thoughts? Tell us about it. Tell us about it. For those who did not see what I'm talking about, the Bullet Club Ring of Honor and an actual Ring of Honor.
Okay, so this is the reason why people, love Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is super charismatic. Because he was over, then he became Stardust to team with his brother, and then it was like, okay, he's Stardust, he's teamed with the Ascension, he's gone. Now he's back to his normal self. Well, not his full self because he can't use his full name. But this clip I saw, I was just trolling around the internet, looking for some wrestling coverage. I first saw it on Twitter, and I see Cody Rhodes walk to the ring, and he see a woman at ringside, is just standing there, screaming at him or cheering for him. I couldn't really tell. But he hands her his hand, and on his hand is a ring, the Ring of Honor. And he makes her kiss this ring. That was the most pimp-ish that I've ever seen in pro wrestling, man. Cody Rhodes is a G. I love Cody Rhodes. I'm marking out for the Ring of Honor.
But I know you're all over Cody Rhodes. This is new ring. Now, did they get rid of the? I don't know if you explained this because my internet is something's going on. But did they get rid of the world title belt in substitution, or is this in addition to? Do you know what? Or I don't know if you cover that. Do you know what the heck the ring symbolizes?
See, no, I don't know. I didn't see anything on it, but I just, you know, I just think it's genius. Okay, it's genius.
Okay, apparently they just have the audio feed now and aren't getting the visual. Let me turn my camera off, turn it back on. What is going on? Guys, I'm so sorry. Somebody is out to get us. Flip your camera off and flip it back on too.
I have no idea how I do that on my computer.
Okay, hold.
Because I'm actually watching the YouTube playback, and I see us both, and then I see the logo flash.
Okay, all right. Wait, you see us now, up and running? Okay, all right. This has been one heck of a night. We are fighting through this, but okay. So you don't know what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's Ring of Honor. They're at least making noise in so many different ways. Whether it's cease and desist orders, whether they're actually a ring in Ring of Honor now. So I like that. I like they're mixing things up now. Let's transition back to the WWE, because this is a different type of mix-up that we're getting right now, or about to get, that they're teasing us with. And over the course of the new women's tournament, the Mae Young Classic, I believe, we've seen the pictures, we've seen the videos, we knew there was rumblings. There was a seed planted at WrestleMania some years ago. But Ronda Rousey and the new 4 Horsewomen have confronted the WWE's version of the 4 Horsewomen. Did you see that? Did you happen to see that mini clip?
I didn't. I heard about it because, Twitter was buzzing about it. I did not see it yet. I haven't watched any of the Mae Young Classic. I've heard there's been some pretty good matches.
Right.
But I'm actually going to get, my plan is actually to get into it tonight after the show, because I'm off tomorrow. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. So Shayna Baszler, who is a former UFC star, for those who don't know, she has turned a professional wrestling for the past couple years, and all of Ronda Rousey and her 3 other best friends, they're all big wrestling marks. They've been spotted at PWG countless times. Now Shayna Baszler is in the Mae Young Classic, and of course Ronda Rousey was front row, and Becky Lynch had been trying to bait Cyborg of the UFC into coming over and facing her at SummerSlam, but apparently there's been rumors that was scrapped because Ronda Rousey, her girl, is actually in this tournament, and now they had a face-off in the back. It was like in the loading docks, where it was 3-on-3. Becky wasn't there, so no, Sasha wasn't there.
Yeah, I saw that, Bailey. So I got some news, just to jump back to Cody Rhodes. Well, excuse me.
Okay.
The American Nightmare. Yes, he did replace the Ring of Honor Championship belt with the Ring of Honor.
How you feel about that? We'll get back to Ronda Rousey.
I think it's genius. I think it's different, and that's one of the things that makes wrestling interesting, when you do something that's breaking tradition like that. Because there's always been championship belts. I mean, WWE even issues out championship belts for other athletes. So there's always been championship belts, but I think this is something totally different, something totally unexpected, and I think that only Cody could pull this off.
Yeah,
I think only Cody could pull this off. I'm actually watching it right now.
You think this is a one-time thing, as in whoever eventually beats Cody Rhodes will reinstate a world title, or do you think this will be a tradition that carries on?
I think it'll be a one-time thing, just because just because this is something that's actually is super boss, and it's a great heel move. And this ring is huge, by the way.
It looks like a Super Bowl ring.
Yes, it does.
It's massive, but I would. It has a mid-card title to it. To me, I think the Ring of Honor would be their Intercontinental or U.S. title. I mean, that's how the feeling that I get from it. Maybe if they carry it on and it's prestigious enough, maybe somebody beats them and they reinstate the world and the Ring of Honor, and then someone beats them for the Ring of Honor, and then they can have that as a second tier. That'd be pretty cool. But I mean, major sports, you get rings,
right?
Football, you get rings. So even in high school sports, if you win your state championship, you get rings.
So this ring, at first I thought it had I thought it had Cody's name on it, but it actually has the Ring of Honor logo on it.
Yeah,
in red.
Yeah. So I think I think it's here to stay. Just does it stay at the highest level? Hey, listen, this is what we talk about. Impact Wrestling, whatever you want to call them, they don't separate themselves enough. Now, this separates Ring of Honor from everybody else, every single organization. So, I don't know though. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see where it hangs up. I want to quickly tie up loose ends with Ronda Rousey by saying her acting is atrocious. It's really bad. That whole stare down was very awkward, and she's like, "Yeah, you come see us sometime, anytime. Call me or email me or hit me up in the DMs." Or like it seemed like a middle school play almost. So, but Ronda Rousey is a mega star. She's all but retired from the UFC, just got married, and I don't think she's about that UFC life anymore. So
I think she's just tired of getting beat up, because she was definitely getting beat up last time around. So yeah,
last two around.
True.
She's been getting handled. So we'll see. I'm interested. I'm not as interested as when she was the biggest, baddest woman on the planet, but they will spin that so we forget all about that. And
of course, nobody remembers Brock Lesnar getting absolutely destroyed by Alistair Overeem. So
right. So and we've had those wars. And I think it would be dope if resurgence of Ric Flair comes back, and then you have Paul Heyman on the other side to kind of beef up this and take this thing to another level. I would love to see that. And plus, with Ric Flair getting healthy and stuff.
Yeah. Shout out to Rick, man. Just got to get him healthy. He's not dead yet. He came out
that shirt.
And that shirt is so dope. That shirt is so dope. If I didn't have to explain it to my kids, I would get one.
Exactly. So that shirt is hilarious. It is so Ric Flair. Whoever on his PR team came up with that, kudos to them. And we talk about not being dead yet. Someone's career is gone. It went bye-bye. The Big Show, man. It looks like the Big Show might be done. I don't know if you saw the WWE.com exclusive or whatever. Big Show has been talking in interviews as of late. His contract ends, I think, in February 2018. He said he's looking to just ride that out. He's not looking to take a Kobe Bryant victory tour with it. He just wants to do it and be done. He hates working TV out of his own mouth, and loves the house shows. Is it the last his cage match with Braun Strowman through the cage? Was that the last hurrah for the Big Show? And if so, are you happy with it? Or are you disappointed that he didn't get one big angle? It doesn't have to be with the world title, but one big angle before he goes out.
Well, first, before I give you my answer to that, Braun Strowman better win the title at No Mercy. He has no choice, no other way to go. He better win. They better put the title on him. I mean, he threw Big Show through the freaking cage. But,
yeah, I mean, they're setting him up to be a big bad boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, and then what he did to Lesnar during the Fatal 4-Way, it's just, and then the next night on Raw, it was, But anyway, shout out to Big Show. He's had a great career. He's a Grand Slam champ too, right? He's one of those 8 guys, right?
I think he's got to be.
Has he had the Intercontinental Championship?
No, wait. Yeah, I don't know if
I know he's had the U.S. Championship.
If there's only a way we could find this information out. My internet's running too slow. I'm trying to pull it up. But, hey, let me ask you this. Has Big Show – now, Big Show is a guy who he won a world championship against Hulk Hogan in his very first match. But he's also a guy that got sent down to development, was told he was, way too fat, quit the business to become a boxer, and that didn't work out. Came back, did something with Jericho and had a decent run. But other than that, up and down career is the point. Is it a Hall of Fame career?
I think so. And yes, Big Show is a Grand Slam champion.
Okay. Internet's way faster than mine.
Yeah, because let me see. When did he win it?
He's a one-time champion.
I know he's
the 12th Grand Slam champion.
Yes. But shout out to Big Show, man. I think yes, definite Hall of Fame career. He was in the NWO back when NWO was popping. And shout out to Hot Dog in the chat room. Looks like Show might be the only person to hold the WWE, WCW, and ECW title. So as a matter of fact, we can just check that out. But man, I think Big Show deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I think he deserves to headline the class, whatever, depending on who goes in. But I think Big Show, it should be a headliner.
Okay, now that's a whole different level. I think he's underrated in a lot of ways. He showed his athleticism with the elbow off the top, which he used to do, as Booker T stated on the broadcast. I know Booker T don't get no credit for his commentating, but he did correctly call out he used to do those elbow drops off the top. Not on a regular, but pretty good. He did win his IC title for his back in 2012. That was
beat the Miz.
Yeah, so that was the last title he needed to complete that, I believe. So, but man, and I'm thinking of Hall of Fame status as not excluding those. We're pretending it's a real Hall of Fame and the Coco Bewares aren't there. That's so because otherwise everybody's a Hall of Famer. But I would agree. He's had a great impact, and I'm kind of sad that he never got his whether and a lot of it's probably his own fault because being lazy. Yep. Or not quite getting it, or was pushed too fast. There's so many different variables to it, but I don't feel like they got the most out of the Big Show.
I agree. And yes, Hot Dog was right. He did win the ECW championship also.
Yes. So my man he's done nearly all. He's even made movies.
Yep.
I've seen 2 of them, and I didn't finish either of them. I don't know if that's right. I started Knucklehead, didn't finish it. He did one with Dean Cain more recently.
Yeah.
That, you know, you can go straight to DVD because it's they say it can be financially lucrative, but there's other straight to DVDs that can't make it in the theaters, and that definitely was one of them. So, man, I got to circle back. So Hall of Fame career for the Big Show. I'd like to see something in the next 6 months with him. I hope he doesn't quietly fade away.
I don't want him to go to Mark Henry route where you forget, oh yeah, Mark Henry just retired. Oh, man, I thought Mark Henry retired a couple months ago. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, I didn't want that for Mark Henry, but I do kind of want maybe like a career on the line type of match or something like that. I think he's earned it.
The only thing with that is, like, where does that go? Like, does he actually loses in retirement? I mean, that's like the same ending for every wrestler, you know? Unless they did something where he had a career on the line and he actually won a title and then still retired.
Yeah.
He retired on top. That would be a slightly different twist to it. So we'll see what goes on here. Careers on the line. Broken Matt Hardy. Somehow this keeps coming up.
I don't get it, man.
He's stringing it along. I know you're a major TNA fan, and you got the posters on the wall from when they were broken, but he still does the gimmick. And now that the owl might get bought out, okay, we see where they're stagnant right here. We won't keep this discussion long, but would you be for or against Broken Matt Hardy at this time? Because it keeps their progress in the WWE is kind of stale. Would you be okay with them bringing it back?
Yeah, I would. I actually, I wanted. Let me see. I wanted him to drop. I wanted him to drop more subtlety during their promo on Raw right before Jeff went out and competed in a great match with The Miz for the IC title. I was hoping that, I would get, an obsolete or, I was hoping I would get the accent, something like that. But I mean, I think Matt at this point is stringing it along because he knows the fans go crazy for it. The delete chants are all over the place. So I think, Matt is probably just stringing this along just because he knows it's over.
Yeah. I think, it's the crap or get off the pot kind of thing. It's just weird that he's going on into this character all the time if it doesn't pay off,
Mm-hmm.
And Shane says the Dean Cain one was watchable.
I don't even remember that one. So hey, Shane watches TNA, so he probably watches crappy movies too. So.
that is true. Shane, you need to step your movie
step your movie watching game up, son.
Oh Lord, yeah. Stop all this madness. Movie game. Dancing with the Stars TV news. Are you? We see Nikki Bella is on there. I don't know. Do you watch Dancing with the Stars regularly? If so, or if not, does Nikki inspire you to watch it?
No and no. And that's all I got. I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. I don't get the phenomenon really. Like, I think ballroom dancing is cool and it's something that I want to learn to do with my wife. Not just ballroom dancing, but all the like one of the things that I secretly wish that I could do in my life. It's so many things. There are 2 things, Darius, that I put on my bucket list, right? I knew I was never going to be tall enough to dunk a basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 6 feet, but I'm 6 feet and heavy. You know what I'm saying? I got long arms. You know what I'm saying? I've dunked a basketball once, but, you know, not since I was in high school. So I knew that's out the window, you know. Hey, man, I was never going to make the NBA. I knew that at a young age. But on my bucket list, before I hit 40, I want to learn how to dance properly, and I want to learn how to play piano. But with all, and look, it's not like I've watched episodes of Dancing with the Stars and be like, oh man, it sucks. You know, it's actually pretty cool. But no, Nikki Bella being on there does not inspire me to watch at all. Shout out to Nikki Bella though for the road that she's taken, you know, coming back from her neck surgery and all that. You know, do good on Dancing with the Stars. We see you.
All right, yeah, and they're, man, that duo being Nikki and John, they are just all over the map. Seen this, I think, got like some movies coming up. They're pitching them for like superhero roles and stuff like that. So
he's the lead in the new Bumblebee movie. But did you hear that Nikki Bella said that John Cena, she believes John Cena is the best to ever do it on the mic?
I believe she said it.
Yes,
do I agree with?
But wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. He's up there. Like I was just watching. I went back and was watching some Cena clips, and I forgot that he had that like that Mark Wahlberg accent. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's one thing. Like everybody, you know, want to talk about the 5 moves of doom. You can't wrestle. Man, he's always been like in this generation right now. It's him, Jericho, and Miz, and that's your top 3. And I'm not putting that in no particular order. You know what I'm saying? But of this generation, it's him, Jericho, Miz. You know what I'm saying, and everyone else.
Listen, you want to? We always do a top 4 Mount Rushmore of, you know, just all around game. If you're gonna do a top 4 or Mount Rushmore of mic skills, you got to put The Rock up there. You got to put Nature Boy up there on my top 4.
Yeah.
Cena's I would put Cena 3 if you know, you don't usually put a Mount Rushmore in the order, but I would say he is 3. I couldn't name four guys above him. So he would definitely make it.
So I narrowed it down to this generation. So if I had to pick a Mount Rushmore of this generation, it would be Cena, Miz, Jericho, Punk. And I feel very confident in saying that.
Punk is okay. I think Punk is overrated because, listen, when he drops his quote unquote pipe bombs, he's speaking on like, you know, he's doing like personal low blows. Mm-hmm. And I know John Cena did blurred the lines with Roman Reigns there. But I think it's so much easier to cut that style of promo because those are really the only promos I really remember of Punk's. Is if
you know what? Scratch that. I'd have to put Triple H over Punk. And that might be controversial, man. But the game is the game for a reason.
Man, the game. He's not. It's not that he's bad.
The game.
Do I give him? Man, notice, I don't know.
I only narrowed it down to this generation just because. This generation. You know, I think that if I put it on my overall, you know, The Rock would have to be on there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just narrowed it down to this generation.
But is he this generation though? Because
no, I don't think so. And technically, I wouldn't even consider Triple H this generation.
Yeah, I would say Cena is the end of this generation.
Yeah.
I think this generation kind of started with Cena, Orton, Batista,
Yep.
And most of those guys have faded away.
Yep.
So I put Triple H in the Attitude Era, and he doesn't get on the mountain.
That's fair. That's fair.
But if you narrow it down to just this generation, Cena, Jericho, The Miz as of late, I don't know who that fourth man is. Because there's not a lot.
Man, I mean, it's not that, and that's probably the reason why I put Punk on there, just because it's not a lot of guys as of late, especially.
Yeah,
that
I guess
could
Punk.
talk.
Yeah, I guess you could throw Punk on.
I mean, you're not going to throw, Zack Ryder on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, who have been your top guys? Is definitely boring Randy Orton, who's been a top guy.
Maybe I mean Dolph gives Dolph. Maybe
don't say Dolph. Don't say Dolph. Don't say Dolph.
I mean,
Don't say Dolph. You know what? To this day, I am swearing up and down they needed to revive the Hollywood Blondes, but put Paul Heyman. I put Paul Heyman with everybody. Get your money's worth. But Paul Heyman, Dolph Ziggler, and my guy was I forget, selfie stick guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah. So that when we didn't have anything to do for him, I thought that was the way to go. But yeah. So top 4 talkers of all time. That's a good subject. That's a really good subject there. Because I've been listening to some podcasts. The podcast with Tony Schiavone and I can't remember, Conrad Thompson, and they review old stuff, and they talk a lot about Arn Anderson. They had a whole podcast dedicated to Arn Anderson, and that dude was an underrated talker.
He was underrated because, man, he used to come on like the WCW shows and grab that microphone. And it was like you was watching, you was hanging on every word, man. And it's funny because you don't think of Arn Anderson as a talker, but he was a really, really good talker.
Yeah, the only thing is I can't remember any lines word for word from an Arn Anderson promo. I don't know why, but I do remember moments, the retirement speech, and then when he turned on Dustin Rhodes. I don't know if y'all watched WCW, but you need to put that in your laptop and his something about you want to heal, you better be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. I was like, oh no. So Arn Anderson's fire, and he is listening to that Conrad Thompson podcast, he's heavily involved in what Cena does. So when I heard that, I knew he was agent backstage, but when I heard that, things just started to make sense. Dude was on fire in the ring, on fire in the mic. Now he's lending his ideas to John Cena to tear up Roman Reigns.
Well, apparently, according to Meltzer, Cena actually wrote their entire promo from last week.
Dang.
Hey man, that was one of the best promo moments that I've seen in a while. But we got some chatter in the chat room. So Derek, I want to ask you.
Yep.
Who would you put on the all-time Mount Rushmore? Who would you start with?
On the mic?
On the mic.
You got to start with The Rock.
Yes.
Everybody knows all his catchphrases, right?
And not only
Ric Flair.
It wasn't only his catchphrases. And it's like the strudel, you know what I'm saying? The people's strudel, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. The Rock was just gold, singing that song when the Clippers beat when the Lakers beat the Kings in May in Sacramento. I mean, The Rock had a way of just, went backstage when he did those impressions, and he had like 2 backstage segments where he was doing impressions of guys. And, The Rock, in my opinion, is the all-time greatest talker that we've seen.
Oh, you are not going to get an argument from me. I remember I'm from Charleston, and when he cut that Charleston promo on the coachman and kicked him out of the shot, we went. I was in the audience. We went wild for that. And then I tried to be smart with coachman afterwards. I asked him, he was signing autographs for folks. I asked him, can you do the Charleston for me? He said, "No, brother, I only do that for The Rock." I said, "All right, my bad. I ain't The Rock. My bad."
All right, so we got The Rock firmly planted as number 1. Who would you put number 2?
Got to be the man. We talked about him last week or the week before. He's in all the rap songs for them alligator. You can't hold them alligators down. Nope. Mr. Ric Flair. He set the pace. He's a trendsetter. Conor McGregor trying to steal his style. Rappers trying to steal his style. Ric Flair on the mic. Fire. So I got to go with Ric Flair. Who's another name that you would throw on the list?
Hey, man, I totally agree with your Ric Flair. I'm going to throw him up there, too. Macho Man. And Macho Man not only did his talking in the ring, he also did it outside of the ring when he was on TV. Like, I'll never forget the clip of him on Arsenio Hall when he had on the black and white outfit. And Arsenio asked him, what's up with the outfit? He said, first he started off with like, "I'm not a racist," but he said, "I'm not a racist, Arsenio." And then he just went in and into this monologue. And I was like, holy smokes. And then, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. And, it's just Macho Man. Yes, I would probably, I actually think that's a proper top 3: Rock, Flair, Macho Man. That would be my top 3 right there.
You know what I liked about Macho Man is he was so smart with his promos. Like I always bash Jeff Hardy because everything is a shout. Everything is like, "I'm gonna get ya! I'm gonna do a swanton." Like, okay, calm down. Get off the drugs, dude. But Macho Man would lure you in because he'd be talking to you, and then all of a sudden he cut that mic off on you. He'd be talking, and they'd be like, so you gotta lean into the TV screen. What did he say? It's like, "Oh yeah, brother." And then brother. I'm gonna Hey. I was like, "Whoa, what is he saying? What is he saying?" Let me tune in a little bit. So he was great with that. But I also saw on Twitter, which I forgot about until I saw it, he cut a promo during his Mega Power days with Hulk Hogan, and you would have thought the Ultimate Warrior had written that thing because they were talking about universes and the powers. We were like, so they were all over the place. So remember that he was up and down, but I loved the control on the mic. And I think that was great. And this is where maybe we'll be a little bit of a debate with that last spot because so many people. Wait, we didn't even put John Cena in, so I think John Cena gets that 4th spot. Hands down.
I would have to agree because look, man, it's a lot. I mean, you could throw out Piper, you could throw out Dusty Rhodes, you could throw out Triple H, you could throw out. I mean, hell,
you throw away Triple H,
even Hogan.
For his day. Yep.
Paul Heyman.
What about Mick Foley?
He did cut some really when
he probably had pockets.
Yeah, he did. Like when he was Mankind, when he first started coming on the scene, and he would cut those promos back in the boiler room, But
what about Austin?
I still don't think Austin's better than John Cena. And the reason why I say that is because if you go back and watch Austin's promos, he's essentially the crowd's hype man, kind of, because most of his promos were kind of like call and response. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like, he was more like a rapper in that sense, to where, you know, he would say stuff for the, you know, for the crowd to respond and then respond back to the crowd, you know. So yeah, man.
They're giving some hate that Dusty Rhodes, baby. I mean, there's only 4 spots, man.
I know, guys. There's only 4 spots. Hey, to me, John Cena, and we're pretty much locked in lockstep with our top 4. You know, John Cena takes that 4th spot, man, because from ruthless aggression to the Doctor of Thugonomics, to, you know, Captain America, he's been able to. Now he's cut some corny promos every now and then, and you know he does that corny. Like, I didn't like how this past Monday he was like, you know, playing that corny role, but it worked. You know, John Cena has been able to cut a great promo, regardless of what era he's been in. So, you know, I mean, hey, and you know, just being the Doctor of Thugonomics and freestyling on Big Show, you know, is enough to put him up there for me.
Yeah. We got Mr. Johnny Madison Jr. says Flair over The Rock.
Nah, bro.
He said, nah. I think it's close. I think it's close.
It's close. It's very close.
I think it's close.
But man,
you know what? Savage is the one that's because I don't think he has like those, even, you know, you have those standout moments. Everybody has a standout, you know, Flair. There's so many to name. Rock, there's so many to name. I don't know what is the Randy Savage go-to promo, you know?
I think, and you know, and I actually have an answer. I think that it has to be the Tower of Power. Because if you watch all the WWE, you know, vignettes that they play about Macho Man, the first thing that they play is, "I'm the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour." That's the first thing you hear.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a standout. But Ric Flair, as great as I feel he was on the mic, you know, he was essentially cutting the same promo, like just adding a different city in. But he could control it. He could get the crowd hyped up. And then when he took the jacket off, started hitting the ropes, elbow dropping the jacket, doing the strut, that's all a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Flair is better than The Rock. I don't think Flair is better than The Rock. And so shout out to Johnny, because that's my boy. We talk about wrestling all the time. But he's trying to convince me that the Road Warriors cut great promos, and it's like all I remember the Road Warriors doing is yelling.
Yeah, and your boy Johnny is saying the Road Warriors are up there, and I'm trying to, like, I don't have a feud. I don't have a catchphrase. I don't have a moment on the mic. Like, I'm drawing a straight blank. After this, I'm definitely going to be YouTubing Road Warriors promos, because, man, he either pulled out a gem or a dud. And I don't know which is which right now.
Yes, you know what? Shout out to Hot Dog. He said he brought out the Macho Man Cream of the Crop promo, and I remember that promo just looking at the thumbnail. He had a backstage segment with Mean Gene, and it was hilarious and awesome. I'm definitely gonna listen to that. Like, you know, hey, man.
Like, tag teams, like, I don't even know if there is a tag team. I don't know if you could make a tag team Mount Rushmore of promos, because usually, you know, those guys didn't get the time of day. They had to put their work in the ring. I mean, even back in the 80s when, you know, tag teams were pumping. Yeah, you throwing some either some gems or some bombs with listing the tag team on the mic. But man, hey, this discussion was they tried to chop us down at the knees, Courtney, early on, but we recovered. We got back up on our feet, and we lived to see another day, my friend.
All right, so Johnny threw, and this is Johnny threw Booker T out there.
And he did so with some emojis.
Yes.
All right, he did so. You can't Booker T can be hilarious. Like Goldust Booker T is hilarious. The Rock Booker T is hilarious.
King Booker.
I was about to say I don't get King Booker, and he came on this program and said he was doing it for acting roles. We ain't never seen him in a flick.
Never seen Booker T in a movie. Hey, but don't forget. And after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker Hulk Hogan. We coming for you, nigga.
That may be the greatest promo of all time.
That might be.
Or it gave him or we blame him because that's what gave Hulk Hogan creative license to stop dropping M-bombs on everybody. So we might blame Booker T for that too. Man,
this is a fun discussion.
This was a great discussion. I really did need this.
After all the turmoil we've been going through the last three weeks, you know what I'm saying? They've been trying to shut us down at every single turn. You know what I'm saying? We were able to look our lion in the face and talk gently to that lion and tell that lion they don't want us to win. So we gonna win.
Courtney's going deep with you. I'm not gonna go that deep. We may be on Facebook Live next week if we can get it all together. We're trying to simulcast both on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. We may jump strip to Facebook with all this drama. So if you come here next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you don't see nothing, check us out at facebook.com/hittheropes. We will be there. So, which of course, if you follow us on Twitter, you will get the notifications. If you hit subscribe, you will know what's up as well. Courtney, any last words for the people before we call it a good night?
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't say. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks everybody for listening. Great discussion. Yo, if y'all want to throw out some topics up there, you know, hit us on Twitter at Hit the Ropes. You know, go to the Facebook page, the Hit the Ropes Radio Facebook page. Yo, drop some suggestions in our inbox. You know what I'm saying? Like a discussion like this, when you know the wrestling on TV wasn't necessarily like anything to stand out. We can have a fun discussion like this, and it's cool because we get to nerd. Like, look, man, we wrestling nerds, and this is stuff we get to nerd out on. Like, you know, this Mount Rushmore conversation was awesome. Okay, Shane just, you know, kind of like obliterated your tag team.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, he used two factions. So I don't know if, you know, we can count factions as tag teams. You know.
And come on, let's be real. If you take the tag team out of that, if you're going Four Horsemen, Tully and Arn, they were a solid promo. But I don't think what's his name, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, they just had a catchphrase. They weren't really. I mean, I don't see them as great promo guys.
No, I mean,
they had a okay catchphrase that got played out.
X-Pac
and then Freebirds. Yeah. But they're throwing out the Freebirds. I know they tore the house down. They were before my time. I'm aware of them. I know they tore the house down, especially in Texas. But all right, Michael P.S. Hayes, Jimmy Jam. Okay. So I don't think they're not at the level as singles competitors. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I think that's fair to say, but the chat room may tell us otherwise. But guess what? I'm gonna hit the stop broadcast button before they can. So I will have the last laugh until next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check out our Facebook, Twitter, and check out the VC, THEVESEY, thevc.com for all your news notes around the world. Be safe out there with the hurricane. We hope to see everybody here safe and sound next Wednesday. Peace.
We coming for you.